This lesson is on fractional coefficients and how to solve these equations. Basically, you're looking at equations that have fractions in them. For example, we have this equation here. There's three fractions, x squared over 9, x over 6, and 1 over 2. The easiest way to solve a problem like this is to first get the equation so that there are no fractions. You do that by multiplying by... So multiply by the common denominator. All right? What number would be the common denominator for all of these? 9. Looks good, but 2 doesn't go into 9. Okay. So factor them first to look at them a little bit. 3 times 3, 3 times 2. So it looks like 3 times 3 times 2. This is 2 times 1. So 9 times 2, that would be 18. So 18 is going to be the common denominator for these three fractions. So I'm going to rewrite them with 18 as the denominator. I do need to figure out what to multiply each one by. This one, 2 over 2. This one, 3 over 3. This one, 9 over 9. New fractions are 2x squared over 18 minus 3x over 18 minus 9 over 18 equals 9 times 0, 0. Now, that's one way to do that, but you notice I still have the bottom of 18 on each fraction, so at this point I could multiply everything by 18 and get the 18s to disappear right out of the problem. So I have 2x minus 3, 2x squared minus 3x minus 9 equals 0. And that's one way to do the problem. I have another way that's a little bit easier, so I'm going to show that to you. Basically, let's take that same problem, so I'm going to write it down again. I had x squared over 9 minus x over 6 minus 1 over 2 equals 0. So decide what the common denominator would be. It would be 18. Rather than making them both have the fraction with 18 on the bottom, we can take a shortcut and we can multiply each part of the problem by 18, and it gets rid of the fractions right in the beginning. So I'm going to do 18 times x squared over 9 minus 18 times x over 6 minus 18 times 1 over 2 equals 18 times 0. So 18 times 0, that's a no-brainer. 0. Here, 9 goes into 18 too, so I have 2x squared. 6 into 18, 3, minus 3x. 2 into 18, 9, so minus 9. Now, that's the problem I want to solve. How do I finish solving this problem? Anyone remember? I hope you do. Basically, factor this. Do you know how to factor this? All right, factors for 2x squared. 2x and x. Factors for minus 9. Minus 1 and 9, 1 and minus 9, 3, minus 3 and 3. Let's go with the minus 3 here and the plus 3 here. Double check. 3x in the middle there, negative 6x adds to minus 3. So, I have that part of the answer. Next step is to take each parenthesis or each factor and set it equal to 0 and solve it. So 2x plus 3 equals 0. 2x equals negative 3. X equals negative 3 halves. X minus, that's one answer. X minus 3 equals 0. X equals 3. There's the second answer. Typically, if you have an x squared equation, you're going to get 2 answers. If you have an x to the third, you're going to get 3 answers. All right, let's try another problem. Again, look at the fractions. What's the common denominator? hopefully, you know it's 12, so I'm going to multiply each fraction by 12 and then reduce. 12 times this one, 12 times this one, and 12 times this part. Here I'm going to reduce. 4 into 12 is 3. Now I have to distribute that, so I get 3x minus 3 times 14. Oh boy, let's do that one. Trusty old calculator, right? 42. Greater than or equal to. 12 reduces out there, thank goodness. Don't have to multiply that. And then 3 times 12, 36. All right. Okay, so we got rid of the fractions, so now let's finish solving this problem. Let's get all the x's together. There's more positive over here, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. You can subtract the 3 or the 5, it's your preference here. So minus 42 greater than or equal to 2x minus 36. Now I'm going to add 36. So when I add 36 to 42, little calculator help here, I get negative 6. It's greater than or equal to 2x. Next step, divide by 2. I get negative 3 greater than or equal to x. I like to write it this way, x less than or equal to negative 3. And there is your answer. So best thing to do when you have a problem like this is get rid of the fractions in the first step by multiplying what would be the common denominator. In this case it was 12. So